Guys, let's get, hey, James. Um, so I was telling James, we're going to be working with the wall kind of part 2 today. Um, and you can hear me though, right, James? Can you hear me?
James.
And as long as you can hear me, James. Okay, hopefully you can. As long as you can hear me, give me the thumbs up. No? Oh, let me see if I can unmute. Let me see if I unmute everybody. Unmute all. James, you there? Can you hear me? James, can you hear me? James?
He says he can't hear you, Manny. Says
Okay.
no audio for me.
But can he hear me at all?
He says I'll be silent.
It's fine if he's silent, but can he hear me? I'll be back. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out. That's okay. So, guys, let's get started, and we'll go from here. I want you to get on the wall. Okay, so get on your wall wherever it is. Right. I'm just going to mute everybody, guys. If you want to talk to me, just unmute yourself. Okay. Mute all. Perfect. Okay. So stand on the wall with your back. Right. So your back's on the wall. Yeah, your back's on the wall. Stay nice and straight. Sorry. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and try your hardest to make yourself straight. So in other words, head, shoulders, back, hips. So just for a second, kind of gauge yourself. Make sure you're fix your posture. Now, the trick is to kind of relax yourself as you're on the wall too. So don't be stiff on the wall. Try to relax as much as you can on the wall. Try to use your breathing, right? Use your breathing. So you inhale and exhale and just let kind of everything, you can start from the top maybe of your head and just scan your way down. So, let's say you breathe in and just relax your face. And then you breathe in and then relax your neck. And you just slowly start to kind of have a good posture, but relax the body under the good posture. So you're not like stiff. So literally do a body scan all the way down, and every major part, your hips, your knees, your ankles, your wrists, your elbows, like just scan down, make sure the body is as relaxed as it can be. Everything feels good. If it feels kind of like, okay, I think I'm as straight as I'm going to get, just come off the wall a little bit and feel straight without being on the wall. Okay, so just stay there. Breathe and relax yourself again. You can do another body scan and just make sure you're calibrated. Like you feel that you're starting off whatever you're going to do with the best posture you can get. Try take even maybe a few steps forward now, or maybe a few steps forward, a few steps backwards, and try to just keep your posture as straight as you can without feeling stiff, so that you feel your body is kind of resting on its bones. So as you walk, you feel, you have good posture. It's not like you don't feel broken. You feel the posture is really good. Yeah, the feeling sometimes is that the legs and the arms almost disappear. So it's like a spine moving through the air. Yeah, the body should feel relaxed, shoulders relaxed, knees relaxed. And now as you're walking around, every once in a while, try to bend down and pick something up. Like, doesn't have to be something, it can be just imaginary something, but pick something up without losing your posture. like keep your back as straight as you can to pick this thing up. Yeah, really focus on a straight back. Hey, Miro. Really focus on a straight back as you bend down to pick something up. Yeah, don't rush. It's like really slow and steady. Yeah. Very good, guys. Good. So just come close for a second. So one interesting way I use the wall is because we all, especially if we're sitting a lot typing or these kind of things, we definitely going to lose our posture, but we're not going to know it. Like it comes very subtle, like shoulders just start to creep and we start to go forward. Any wall will kind of like a plumb line. It'll make, you'll see where if you're not straight, okay? So use it more often throughout your day. Whenever you feel, even 2-3 times a day, just find a wall, put yourself on it, and you'll see your knees will feel better, your back will feel better. It's just the moment you have good posture, you take all the burden off of the joints, especially the back and the knees for sure. Okay, so try really make sure your posture is good. You know that curve in the low back, like right where the belt is. Some people have a bigger curve. I have that. They have a big curve there. And if that's the case, it's better if you push in a little bit so you make it straighter. Okay, you find you'll have less back pain. Okay, so what I usually do is when I feel it here, I tuck my hips in so this becomes straight. Okay. So if you have that kind of a back, if you have like a curve in your low back, you have to try and make it straight. Okay. So what I usually do is I push my stomach to make it kind of straight. It's not for everybody. Some people don't have this issue whatsoever. Okay. Just some ideas. Next, so go to the wall now with one hand. So just put one hand on the wall. And with the opposite hand, start to kind of make movements. Okay. So we're talking any kind of stretching movement. So move your arm around. Yeah. Reach one way, reach another way. So the hand that's on the wall should be steady. So it's not moving. So it's really steady. The hand is not on the wall moves a lot, right? And just feel the wall, but don't apply too much pressure or lean, anything like this, right? But just stretch out the opposite arm. Try to reach behind you and touch the wall, or above you and touch the wall, or behind you or underneath you. Like just reach and try touch the wall with your hand. Now switch the other arm. So flip it up, switch. Good. Now put both arms on the wall, okay? And start to kind of stretch. So reach up and reach out and reach across. So you're really stretching. You're really stretching from the fingers, like really reach up the wall one and maybe down with the other one or up. And you're really trying to open, you're reaching with both hands in maybe different directions, but on the wall. Okay. You don't have to go very fast, guys. It can be slow. It's not necessary, but you're trying to get long. You're trying to reach and stretch, reach and stretch. Obviously, keep your breathing, guys. Now, remember, don't hold your breath. Keep your breathing all the time. Awesome, guys. Come a little bit closer, just for a second. I can explain to you something. So, if I'm just going to show you my hand, okay? So when I'm reaching, the feeling I want is that I go joint by joint by joint. So when I reach, it's like I feel my joints opening a little bit. So as I reach, let's say I pull my finger, I can actually feel this knuckle bloom bloom, and then as I pull, I feel the wrist opening. As I pull, I feel the elbow opening. And as I pull, I feel the shoulder opening, okay? Because all joints have the ability to open a little bit, okay? You can see it with the shoulder really clear, right? They open. So when I'm stretching on the wall at the beginning, first I think about my fingers, then I think about my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder, okay? Guys, this is the powerful thing now. Your thoughts are real things. When I'm stretching, nobody sees, everybody just looks like I'm reaching up. But in my mind, I'm saying to myself, wrist, elbow, shoulder. Every time I say it, it goes there. My thought goes to that spot. Okay. Now, part of that is because I do a lot of mental training. So I train myself to scan my body without anything. You have to learn how to have a conversation with your body and it responds. It's actually listening. Okay. So when you're doing this stretch now, say to yourself as you're doing it, instead of just rushing and doing a bunch, pick one that's challenging and then try to relax the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. And I bet you're going to find another inch or 2 inches somewhere in there. You're going to feel it moving. Okay. Maybe it doesn't, but it will definitely feel like it. Okay. So try to do this again and open the joints a little bit. Main focus is on opening the joints. 2 minutes. Try it. That's it, Patrick. That's it. Yeah. James, if you do a stretch like that, you can access the back as well. So as you're reaching up, as you get to the shoulders, you can also get into the spine or mid back. It's just the way you're doing it. It's you can access into the spine as well. Awesome, guys. Very good. Okay, come close. Let me just unmute you quickly for a second. Hold on here, unmute. Awesome. How did that feel? Was it okay?
Deep.
What's that?
Felt it deep. Right through here, actually.
Yes. If so, the only limitation is guys. For those of you who did the mental training, this is when I'm doing my stretching, it's mostly 50-50 mental training. I'm talking to my body, and it's amazing. I'll be reaching for something, and I'll sit there and say to myself, "Relax, stretch, shoulders, elbows," and I can actually every time I say it, I feel myself falling further and further and further into the stretch. And this is very powerful. Okay, so and then the more I relax, the deeper it goes into my spine. Okay, the deeper it goes. So when you in Systema, they often say you hear relax, 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 but nobody really understands. It doesn't mean relax like to go to sleep. It means relax to access a deeper knowledge that the body has. It's like not my brain. I want to access it in a different way. I many times I've sat there stretching, let's say my hamstrings, and I hear tuk tuk in my back. Literally, both hips release and there'll be sometimes when I'm doing this, my wife can even hear it. She's like, "Oh," she heard the clunk, and I was just sitting in a chair, relaxing into a position. So um, if you can learn to talk to yourself and have a good conversation, you'll actually and relax get more adjustments and fixing yourself with this. Okay. Um, I'm going to go a little bit off topic just because I saw some interesting stuff when you guys were doing. Because there's often a question, how do you work? Because your arms should feel good now, right? Your arms feel good, right? So hopefully we can do that. So I'm going to stay very close to the wall. I'm just going to talk and then I'll show you. I'm going to, as soon as one hand touches this wall slowly, so one hand's going to touch very, very slowly. As soon as it make contact with the wall, I'm going fast with the other hand. So a lot of people, they mistake that there's not a lot of speed work in Systema. There is a lot of speed work, but the speed comes from relaxation. So just watch me for a second. So as soon as I'm on the wall, I stay really close, but I'm not touching it, okay? As soon as my hand makes contact lightly with the wall, bang, my hand goes. I come off again. So as soon as my hand, it's hard to see it, but as soon as my hand touches here, this hand goes up. It's fast. So this hand goes as cautiously, the other hand goes as fast as it can. Okay, it doesn't matter where, just anywhere, as long as it's not into anybody's face or a wall, right? So lightly touch it like it's a hot stove. Touch it like you're not sure. As soon as you feel something, bang, the hand comes out as fast as it can. Okay, try it. Any position is fine. Any position. This is an interesting way to use the wall to work on speed, like how to incorporate it. So very gently learn how to touch the wall or the surface, and then bang, the hand comes out. Damaris, that's very good. Try to let the shoulder relax too. When you touch it, just let the shoulder go too. The hand that goes fast, guys, should have no tension. Just let it go out as quick as it can. Boom. Like you're catching a fly or speed. It's not a martial art punch. It's just speed, pure speed. You ever tried to reach for something delicately and something else dropped and the second hand has to come fast? It's like, imagine you're reaching in the counter, you touch something, it fell, and boom, you had to grab it. You can do this with your eyes open. You can do this with your eyes closed. No limit here. Very good, guys. Good. Come around. Not too bad. So you can see that common theme in Systema. When you're asked to go fast, something tightens up. Shoulders usually is the nemesis, right? So for me, it's like I spend a lot of time like keeping tab on my shoulders. As soon as it touches what I want, it goes. And try keep the shoulders quiet if you can. If I can give you some different analogies, if you see like the sprinters, right? The 100-meter sprinters, they're hearing and their body has to be very sensitive to the boom of the gun. And then they've got to explode with speed after that. So it's like your ears are, your whole body is sensitive to the sound, and then boom, you explode. So it's like my hand is sensitive, boom, and explodes. Like it's really interesting, right? I found this directly proportional to real fights that happen. It's like there's this tension when two people get together, and as soon as somebody's touched, it's just an explosion, right? There's this boom that happens, and it's almost trainable, to be honest with you. Your whole body becomes like an elastic. It's like it's under pressure and it's ready to let go. It's just ready to go forward, right? So just an idea for training. All right. Any questions at all? Is that okay? It's just something I went off. I saw it and I figured maybe there's some value here for some of you that want to practice speed, right? If you like speed, then you can practice this, okay? The other analogy quickly is just if you drop something. So I'm holding something delicately and then it drops and the other hand has to go really quick to catch it. So cell phone, you're looking, delicate work, and then the phone drops and you got to right away catch it, right? So similar ideas, okay? Legs. So watch me. So I'm on the wall with one hand, right? And I'm going to start to kind of move my leg, right? So it can be like a stretch. I can touch the walls. It doesn't matter where, or it can be out here in the air. And again, you can imagine kicks or you can imagine movements of the air, but try to stretch out your leg now. Okay. The leg that's in the hand that's touching the wall is relaxed. The leg that's not is working. Let's go. Try it. As you're doing this, try to assess which you think was looser, your shoulders or your legs. Sometimes one or the other. In theory, they should be very similar, but sometimes for whatever reason, legs or shoulders are more relaxed. Try to analyze your body and see what you notice, right? You can swing the leg like some of you are doing, or you can do it very slowly with control. So it's your choice. Try both. You can swing or slow and controlled are just as good. Different systems, but just as good. Yeah, you can switch sides whenever you like. Yeah, anytime you can switch sides. Pay attention to left and right. See if there's any difference. Sometimes one is better than the other, depending on maybe an old injury. Eddie, that's good. Slow like that's really good. Once in a while, guys, try slow with control. Once in a while, try it. Don't just go fast. Sometimes slow the leg down. Feel the detail. Like sometimes it's nice to go loose and swingy. Other times control is also a different feeling. Jacob, that looks really good low. Guys, sometimes the level of your leg, sometimes keep it low, sometimes at the knee level, sometimes at the hip level. Like sometimes you find a little bit better movements lower, right? You don't have to lift the leg up high. It can be low, but as long as it feels good. Awesome, guys. Now take your hand off the wall, but stay close, okay? So it's always there. If you just watch me, right? My hand is close, but I'm not touching, right? And you're gonna start to do the same thing. So you stay very close to the wall. Now, I don't know if it's gonna come across on the camera, but I am gonna try stay as close as I can to this wall, like I'm talking millimeters, without touching it. So my main goal is to stay close to this wall. So this is touching, so close to it, and see if I can practice my kicks without touching this wall. Okay. So there's some tension because I'm very close to it. And then I'm still got to use my leg movements. Okay. So don't touch the wall now. Stay close. Okay. If you have like a china cabinet or you have something very delicate, it depends how much you like your significant other. Um, don't touch it. Try to see if you can move your leg without disturbing that wall or the whatever you don't want to touch. Sorry, guys, I forgot to tell you something. I'm sorry. So the idea here is I'm trying to, by touching the wall, I felt its support. Okay. Now I'm not touching the wall and I want to still feel that same support. So I'm close, but I'm not touching it. So it should feel the same. So first I take strength from the wall. Like, I feel how stable it makes me. Now I try to feel the same thing without touching the wall. Okay. So the wall gives you strength because it's solid. Now you're not touching it. Try to see if you can feel it. Remember when you did the posture work, you felt the stability of the wall and then you came off the wall and you felt like it was still there. So don't touch it, but do everything and feel you're close enough that you should still feel like it's there. The Marcel looks really good. Alberto, I know it's going to be hard for you not to snap those kicks out, but don't snap them out. There's nobody there, I promise you. Just lift your leg and make a motion. Jacob, the balance is not bad. Today you're on fire. Look at you with the balance. Like Karate Kid. Canadian version, obviously. Okay, very good, guys. Come close. I'm just gonna unmute you quickly. Sorry. Unmute. How did it feel? Could you feel the strength from the wall linger a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
If
That's
I,
amazing.
you know, sometimes like you warm up your hands, right? And then you stop and you can still feel the heat. Not like it still lasts for a little bit, you know, you know, and then still I can feel the heat a little bit. And I know it should be gone, but I can still feel it a little bit, right? Just an interesting thing. The wall gives strength, it's solid, and I just want to take that into myself and then see if I can use it when I'm not touching it. Okay, that becomes the powerful thing for it. So just something to think about when you're working like this, okay? It's nice to feel it and then try not work on it and get as close as you can. Now, if we had partners, the next drill would be a little bit better, but we're going to try it anyway. So a good way of checking how tension comes into your body is to have somebody push you towards a wall. Now, the two ways are you go to a wall, right? So, and then I make contact. So I study how to kind of relax myself, right? So if somebody pushes me, I study how to relax on the wall, right? We don't have anybody push you, so you're gonna have to throw yourself onto the wall, but with a change. So the common one is people throw people on the wall. And the methodology and curriculum is it's kind of like an impact. So it's like taking a punch, right? You have to relax on the body. The one that is more challenging, which I haven't seen as much in many years, is you throw yourself onto the wall and you're not supposed to touch it. So again, somebody pushing me towards a wall and I have to kind of stop as close as I can, right? Let me see if I can, see if you guys can see it on my computer. I don't know. So there's the wall, right? So I throw myself and I stop. It doesn't have to, I literally, and what I like about this is that, of course I'm going to get tense. There's no way I cannot get tense. Like I'm stopping very quick and I'm in this funny position, right? So it forces me to see my tension in real situations. Like when things scare me, you're going to get a little tense. You've just got to figure out how to relax yourself after that as fast as you can. That's it. There's no way to, guys, there's no way to not get tense or scared in some situation. You just have to get rid of it as fast as you can. So because you all have nice walls and beautiful homes, you're going to throw yourself towards the wall and then stop just before. Like I don't know if you can see it there. I'm just literally a millimeter from that wall, right? Now, please don't use your head. Just do it with your back or your shoulders at first, right? And study how to just throw yourself and study how to stop just before you get to the wall, okay? Try it. Let's go. Try it a few times. Yeah, sometimes sideways, sometimes backwards, sometimes forward, and just try to get to like 2 millimeters. Yeah, that's it tomorrow. Don't plan it, guys. Just throw yourself and figure it out as it happens. Don't make a plan. Awesome, guys. Very good. Not too bad. The pitfalls for this drill would be it's hard to do it on your own. So we definitely have to acknowledge that's not going to be easy. But with a partner pushing, which is a little bit more unpredictable, you're forced to, and when you're doing this, you shouldn't always not hit it. It should be pushed hard enough where you really have to work at not being hit. Like you should be doing it only every other time successfully, to be honest with you, right? If you're properly challenged, right? Now, for those of you that have kids or teenagers or school teachers, stuff like that, there are many times you've seen kids running very fast and then they decide to put the brakes on with not enough time before they hit the wall. So you see that they stopped, but they're too tense and they fall forward. Okay, so it's like I'm running, running, running. You know, here's the way you're laughing, Alberta. You've seen it, right? Running, 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 running. So if I, like, you know, they're running, and then they decide here they stop, but they're so tense that it carried them forward into the wall. So that when I'm going towards the wall and I'm in this funny move, I try to relax. That's the part that's going to save me. It's not the tension, right? It's like as I'm falling onto the ground and my hands come out to brace myself, I need to relax then. I need to relax through that motion. This is really, really important. Otherwise, so I can't stop maybe the tension from coming, but I need to get rid of it as fast as I can. So those are the compromises that you have to kind of figure out on your own. Okay. Can I progress, or you want to have any questions about that? It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So the other one, a couple of other ways you can work with the wall now is like a half circle. So it's where I'm on the wall. I'll show it. I'm just going to explain it. My one shoulder touches, and then it kind of it goes like that. There's this like half circle effect, right? So as soon as the one shoulder hits, it's like I roll. So it's like I'm being pushed to the wall. As soon as the shoulder hits, I roll. So I feel my shoulder and then my entire back on the wall. So it's not like bump, 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 but I roll out of it. So it's like I'm pushed from the side, and instead of hitting it like this, I roll. right? I roll and I step. So I don't know if it comes across on the film, but when I finish on the move, I get spit out. Just watch. I'm here. Now, what I'm doing is I'm using my elbow as a little bit of a push. So as soon as I hit, I'll show it this way. As soon as I hit, see, my elbow touches and pushes me away. So this way, if I get pushed to the wall, right, I study how to, and I get off the wall, right? So I don't stay there. So on your own now, really slowly, 45-degree, your shoulder touches, and slowly you move over, you come up. And you come up, okay? Try it. This will relax up your upper back a little bit. It can be a massage if you want it, depending on the wall. If it's a really good wall, I recommend going light. Yeah, don't go hard. Nice, Mars. Nice. Good. Alberto, really nice. Try it slowly, guys. James, really good. Yeah. Guys, really good. Watch me. Let's build. You're doing it all good. Watch me. Now, when I go on the wall, this arm is going to, I use my elbow, and this arm I'm going to make like a punch. So I go on, this elbow pushes, this arm punches. On, punch. So you study how to come off the wall and punch at the same time. You get pushed, you roll, bounce, and punch. Try it. That's it, Demars. That's it. Patrick, listen to me for a sec. So see how as you come off the wall, you already made the decision to punch before that elbow pushed. Like the elbow pushes and you already got the motion. Like this is, you're breaking the motion. Try it again. So as soon as that elbow touches, you know, Patrick, watch. You see how the boxing, right? The jab's coming, right? And before the jab even lands, I'm already thinking about it's all one. They work together, okay? Try it again. They work together. Because the elbow and the punch, they're in unison. They know what each other are doing. Nice, James. Nice. Even with your eyes closed sometimes, guys. Even sometimes with your eyes closed. I get the feeling. Nice, Alberto. Nice. Awesome, guys. Very good. Now, the same version of that from the front, okay, is your two hands touch. So it's like they touch like this. The elbows collapse and you start to go on this side. So it's like this. So I'm pushed forward. My elbows relax and I rotate and I come out of it. So you're being pushed and you come in and you roll out, okay? So the hands touch together, the collapse, and then you roll across your back, okay? It's a twist of the arm. Try it, guys, try it. Awesome, guys, very good. Come close, please. Okay, so different than Monday's class. How was it? Was it useful? Did you see some stuff that you haven't seen before, or something to idea that you could work with? Yes, no?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys, I can see there's some activity in your brain. I just want to hear from you. That's all. That's all, right? Like anything you do on a wall, remember you can do it on the floor. It's the same thing. You can look at the perspective. It's an impact. So in other words, it's a hit, like a punch or something. You could look at it like it's a confined space and you don't want to touch it. You can look at it like I want to take support from the wall and use that, right? Like, so think of it. Some people start to surround you. You go to the wall so it can protect your back, but then quickly you feel trapped because you can't get away, right? So it has some interesting dynamics, the wall. So there can be times I train with it just to give me strength, just to get, other times I train with it because it's a problem and it gives me a restriction. So depending on what you want to do, what you want to accomplish in your training. So there are many times we'll do a grab and escape drill in class, or a sparring drill, and the same drill done in the open mat but done close to a wall changes, right? Have those of you that have done cycling or cycling on a road where it's open and there's no problem is one way. Cycling in traffic is a whole other ball game. There's a little bit more tension and danger. Not okay, danger, I guess, because the car can run you over. But one of the most dangerous things I had to do was cycle a 1 kilometer path with a rail very close to me, and I was worried I was going to go into the rail, right? So they can cause tension. These things can cause tension just all on their own. Okay, so something to think about. The speed one, the balance one, the coordination, there's so many different aspects that I could pull out from this. We didn't do as many exercises as we did on Monday with the wall because there's just countless, really there's countless exercises. I encourage you to kind of even go online and see, like, there's so many different people doing exercise on the wall, parkour guys, gymnastics guys, just fitness fanatics will do a lot of this stuff too. So there's a lot of interesting stuff. I'm sorry?
To do with that with your legs.
Oh yeah, you just countless stuff with your legs on the wall. You kick the
Also have your hands tied up on their back and then you need to put your hands with your legs.
You got it. You got it, guys. So much. Listen, I hope you guys found it helpful. There's really countless stuff. I'll post the video, and next week we'll cover some different topics. We'll see any topics. If you have a topic that's interesting to you, please email it to me. I'll be happy to cover it if it's something that you're interested in. Okay. Otherwise, we're just going to take little topics and see if we can, really suck the marrow out of each one of these things and grow a little bit while we have the time we have online. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Manny.
Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
Emmanuel.
Bye, everyone.
See you
Bye,
Friday.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.